Hey guys, this is Dan at Yourpbfriend.com. Today I have a Long VIS and I'm going to do a relubing video for you of both the Poppet, the new VIS Poppet engine, and the Spool engine, which is inside. And I'm going to switch the engines for you. I've had a few people say, it's real cool we got new engines, but how do we switch those? Before we start, I want you guys to start drooling over my new baby here. This is what I call the Perfect Storm or VIS, Perfect Storm VIS. I shot it yesterday for the first time and it shoots fantastic. I have shooting videos, efficiency videos of both the Spool engine and the Poppet engine as well, and yeah, we'll go from there. So first things to start, we'll actually take these engines out. So to tell the difference for you guys, one simple way: Spool engine's red, VIS engine is silver. It's a stainless steel engine versus aluminum. The difference is quickly on the two engines. The Spool engine is supposed to be as smooth and quiet of a shot as possible. It is a very, very smooth, very quiet, right up there with the best of them. Luxes, the Clone GTs, this thing just keeps up very well and it's just fantastic. The second engine is the new Long VIS Poppet engine, and it's kind of a hybrid engine. I believe the way the technology works, it's definitely an inline Poppet engine, but it works kind of like a spool. This engine is designed to be very, very soft on fragile paint, get great efficiency, and it also is supposed to be very smooth and quiet. Quiet at 15 balls a second. Bob did not make this engine for speed. He made it to shoot as nice as possible at 15 balls per second, and that's exactly what it does. It's just fantastic. This is also the engine that you want when it's really cold outside. We brought out some of the other Long engines and other high ends in about 30-degree weather out here, and while the other engines would just chop the high end paint like none other, or just break it, this thing could shoot through anything, which was just really fantastic and a pleasure to have. So now it makes it so that both engines have a very good purpose for you both, and it's just really nice to use. So quickly, I'm going to show you how to replace the back caps. Let's grab an Allen key. This is, I believe, 3/32 if I grab the correct one. Let's see. Yep, 3/32. So you just simply, you take it, you stick it in here, and you unscrew this. This is the pin that holds the engine into place. You take off the back cap. There you go. You see the mechanism is via magnet. It clips on. Set that back cap there. Grab another Allen key. Let's see if I get it in. There we go. And you want to loosen it up. Alright, take these two things off. So, here we go. This is the Spool engine. Set that aside. Take the VIS engine. There's screw holes, and then there's tabs. You'll see the deeper ones with the threads are obviously the screw holes. The other ones are the tabs. Just take it on there. Now, I know a lot of you are, or a lot of people ask, well, where can I get the extra back cap for it? Long does sell extra back caps. We are a Long dealer. We sell a lot of Long stuff, so if you need anything, contact us. And these back caps, I believe, are $60. You get a new one, and it just makes it really nice, because then you don't have to deal with switching it. You just pull out your engine and stick in your new one and adjust the pressure slightly. But so putting it back on, magnet side just clips in. Stick this here and screw it down and tighten it. I definitely tighten it just a little bit more because I don't want it to be loose at all. And there you go. So now you have successfully switched the engines. It's as easy as that. So let's get into actually relubing the two engines, just take them apart. I guess before I start that, these engines, they have the different O-rings on the top, two on the top, two on the bottom. These ones, as you see, there's no holes in there. These ones are meant to push the engine down when it's in the body to seal up the bottom ones. These are size 007, I believe, and these are 006. Now, one of the number one problems that you'll have with the engines if you have it leaking is these O-rings right here. Make sure you lube it. Make sure that it's greased properly. There's no nicks in it. And if you still have a problem, stick 007 O-rings in there. They're slightly bigger. They're hard to fit in. You actually have to hold it down when you put it in there. I'm also going to show you a trick really quickly before we move on. When sticking an engine in the gun, don't just slide it in this way. Slide it here. If it's a 007, you'll have to hold the O-rings. But if you can see better, then you slide it like this. If you push it in this way, the O-rings can catch on this edge and get cut, as it's a little bit sharper of an edge. But if you stick it in like this and slide it as you go, you're not going to have any of those problems. And so yeah, if you have the 007 O-rings, they're tight, but just hold it down there, get them so they fit in properly, and you should be good to go. And you can fit it in just like that. So yeah, the other way that I take the engines out is I do the same thing. I take it, as you see, I slide it to break the friction in the lube loose, and then you just pull it out. So to relube it, take the two halves of the engine apart. As you can see, versus this is where it's kind of like a Poppet spool engine. Now, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not going to go into the depths of Bob's mind, but you see the back part of the rammer is actually grooved differently. I use monkey poo. I love this lube. It works fantastic with everything. If you're having problems with your gun just using up lube too quickly, I highly recommend you use that. You can just slightly grease it. Alright, you want to make sure that you grease this top part as well. It's important. You don't need to put lube on the bolt there. And then you can stick them back together. Now that's just basic maintenance. I'm going to get down to and actually take it apart for you just really quickly. You can take an Allen key. Let's see which size is this. Stick it in the back cap, you grab the bolt, you see it unscrews right there. Screw it the rest of the way. There's your bolt head. There's your front half of the can. You have a spring in there. Spring sits right there. You have a sleeve. So if you want to do a good job lubing it, which I do recommend actually, the other way is if you just want to take it off on the field. You want to, for a thorough lube, you definitely want to wipe down the parts. Take it. I don't put a super heavy amount. You see I just kind of roll it. You see that there's grease on there. You want to get all the different surfaces. Take it back. Slide it in. See, that's good to go. Take the spring. The other O-rings to lube, you can lube right in there. These ones just seal it so there's no moving parts. That one needs to stay greased as well, nicely greased. There you go, that's already greased. And you should be good to go. That's the new VIS Poppet Engine. Let me re-lube for you the spool really quickly. So same thing, stick the Allen key in the back. If you can't get these off, you can take needle nose pliers and you shove them down through the top into those holes, and you hold it here if it's too tight, but you don't need to tighten it that hard. You don't need to really crimp it down. This engine is a little more intricate. That's one of the nice things about the new VIS engine, the Poppet, is it's definitely less intricate to deal with. This O-ring, there's an O-ring that sits right in there. It actually sits on this edge of this Poppet, or this shutoff, I believe. So you look in there, you want to line in these two together. You'd O-ring, or you'd lube these O-rings right here, so stick a little bit of lube there. You take it, you need it to click down. If you heard that, it clicked, so it needs to be perfectly flat. If it's not perfectly flat and it's going one side or the other, then you're going to have a problem. I also lube the cup cell lightly in here, or the U-cup, sorry. The O-ring that you have will actually sit right here. Take it, stick a little bit of a lube, grease that bad boy up, and you want to make sure with this bolt head, like I said, you don't need to lube the front part, but you want to lube this, the neck of it, because that is going to go into the U-cup and move quite a bit. So again, I'm going to hold the tip of it, and I'm just going to hand tighten it. Actually need to, there we go, it clicked. Alright, so in there's also O-rings inside here that you want to lube, so sometimes I'll take my pinky and I'll re-lube that when it needs to. Screw the two halves together, and then also before I stick the engine in, I make sure to take some lube and I just kind of rub it around these O-rings, the 006s, and so you can slide it in. So yeah, that's it. It's actually really simple to work with, really simple and easy to use. Remember, when you stick it in, you want to stick it, slide it, and there you go. That's the Bob Long VIS. That's the Poppet and Spool engine. A little bit of maintenance video. Just relubing it, taking care of it, keeping it good to go. These guns work fantastically. I love them. This is probably one of the nicest Bob Long guns out there. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, or to purchase these guns, visit yourpbfriend.com or send us a message.